Hi, this is Cathryn Dall with Network in Action Eastside. I'm here today with Ben Williams from Red Dot Property Management. Thank you so much for joining me today, Ben. I'm excited to speak with you this morning.
My pleasure, Catherine. Look forward to talking to you as well.
Yeah, so tell me, Ben, I know you do property management for residential. Tell me how you got to where you are today. What led you
Yeah,
down that path?
yeah. I was a realtor for many years, and I had clients that had the need for property management, and I was working for a builder at the time, and my builder was phasing out, and so I was looking for what's the next step? What's the next step in my life and my path, and where am I going? And I had a client reach out to me and said, Ben, do you know anyone in property management? And at the same time, my wife was saying, hey, you'd be a really good property manager. You should do that because you manage our own properties. And I said, sure, I'll look into that. And sure enough, I started doing some research and I thought, hey, I can do this. And so before I knew it, I was getting licensed and opened my own firm. And now I'm managing multiple properties.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. And so tell me, I know you mentioned you do residential in some of our previous conversations. What all does that include for your clients? Is it just homes? Is it condominiums?
Yeah. So I do single family homes, condominium units, manage that. I also manage condominium buildings for the homeowner association. So I've got a couple of buildings that I manage as well. So yeah, that's about
Gotcha.
it.
And I know you had mentioned to me you really got into this because of one of your clients. So share a favorite
Yes.
client experience with me.
Yeah, I had sold them a couple of homes over the years, and they had an investment property that they had bought, and they were managing it themselves for years, and it just became to the point where they said, Ben, hey, we don't want to do this anymore. What do we do? Who do we go to? And that's initially what led me to want to jump into property management, was to try to help these folks, because they were like, we don't know what to do, and we need help. So I jumped in, and I've been managing that property now for going on 7 or 8 years, which is when I started my company. I've been managing since just after the early 2000s with my own properties, but managing as Red Dot Property Management since 2015.
Okay. And I'm curious, how's the pandemic then changed how you work with clients? You've
It
been
is
doing it prior.
It is interesting because we're seeing more and more people, being able to work from home, and so the home is really now a pivotal spot in people's decision making as to where they want to live. And so I have definitely seen more turnover with clients, with tenants that say, you know what, hey, we can work from home, we can work from anywhere. We don't need to be in the city, for example. And
Sure.
so all of my properties that I manage out in the outlying areas have been renting like crazy fast, whereas
Mhm.
some of the ones in city, believe it or not, take a little bit longer, because there is usually a little more of a price point issue within city versus suburbia. And
Right.
so people are trying to save money what they can. And so if they don't have to, be in the hub of a city, then they can be in the outskirts, pay a little bit less. And so that's where actually the pandemic has really affected the marketplace for me anyway. I am proud to say that I do excellent tenant selection, and I've not had one tenant during the pandemic not be able to pay their rent. So I always like to hype that up to my owners and my clients, that I do a really good job of screening my tenants to make sure I've got the right tenant for their asset, which is what
Yeah.
when you're an investment property, this is something it's an asset for you, and you want it to be taken care of in as a great a way as possible. And that's one thing I'm kind of proud of during this pandemic, is no late rent payments and 100% rent payments. So
What
yeah.
a great success story,
So
Ben.
far, knock
And
on wood, we're not quite
yeah,
through yet,
we're
but
not,
but,
we're
but
not out of
we're
the clear
hopefully we're
yet.
turning the corner.
Yeah, I mean that, when having properties and needing those managed, that always is the risk factor, right? You want to make sure you're getting that return on your investment. So I know your clients must appreciate your due diligence and really finding the right people for them. So Ben, if someone wanted to contact you about property management, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah. So, I'm in the field a lot, so I can't really take calls a lot of times. So texting is probably the quickest way to get a quick response back to where I can schedule an appointment or a time to talk. And then email is always great as well. I check emails, daily, and can get back if it's more of a question about something or a concern or anything of those kind of nature. Email is best, but texting is the quickest way to get a hold of me for a quick answer.
Gotcha. And what's your number? We can
Yeah. So yeah, my number is area code 206-353-2332. So lots of twos and threes there and fives.
Gotcha.
206-353-2332.
Perfect. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your time today.
My pleasure, Catherine.
Yeah, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Ben, so tell me, if someone's looking to speak with you about property management, what's the best way to contact you?
The best way for a quick answer or a quick comment is going to be through text. My number is 206-353-2332. I found myself in the field a lot, so I just can't really answer phone calls. So texting is probably the best way. Email is also great too if they've got a more in-depth question. And my email address is my name, Ben Williams, followed by the letters R-E as in Robert Edward. So benwilliamsre@gmail.com.
Great. Thanks so much, Ben. It was such a pleasure today. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
My pleasure, Catherine. Thank you as well.
Take care.